Hello there, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this evening. I'm excited about you being with me. On tonight, we have a discussion that many of you was inquiring about. And I am very interested to see where we go in this conversation. Good evening. Good evening, Karen, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii. Hello, Zero Tolerance to Knock. God bless you. Hello, Gail. Thank you for joining us on today. My moderator is on here. Thank you so much, Danielle, for joining us. God bless you. I'm excited about talking with you. I did a video on withholding sex from the narcissist. I would like for y'all to visit that video. Many of you wrote me and saying that there was a problem with that. Check that video out and see where you fit or someone you know fit into that video. All the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. Hello there. I have some family members that are in Louisiana right now. Hello, Karen. How are you? Hello there, sweet mom for life. Thank you for joining us. Love, peace. Thank you for joining us. We are so excited about being with you. Many of you told me that you are really growing from these videos. So make sure that you like and share the video. Make sure that you subscribe to the video. And those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much for sharing the video. I'm excited about what you say you're learning and the different levels of information that you're getting. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about relationship with the narcissist. Many of you said that people are saying that I'm acting just like the narcissist, and I want to know whether or not that I'm taking on the narcissist ways and I'm getting fleas from the narcissist. She said, thank you for doing these videos. Oh, thank you so much. And this is thank you so much. And this is from Sweet Mom for Life. God bless you. It is an honor and a privilege for me to do these videos. I love doing them. I love the comments. I love to know that these videos are assisting you and helping you to fight through some very turbulent places in a one-sided relationship that many of you did not even know. Hello, Karma. How are you? That you were not even aware that you were in a narcissist relationship, and the information came to you later when you were deeply involved. And many of you already have years under your belt, and you have years of relationship, and then you come to grip that you are in a relationship that is not going to change. Oh, bless your heart. You know what? I'm glad to be back. Hello, Jesus girl Betty. How are you? I am glad to be back on. You know, it was a little turbulent time for a minute, but we all go through our situations, and God always give us victory. The Bible say he always calls us to triumph. So it may be difficult for now, it may be turbulent for now, but in the end, when you get your strategy, you get your victory, and you come out on the top. It reminds me of the top model, world top model. You know, we going to be on top. You're going to land on top. The little bugs are flying in here. John Gabriel, could you hit that door, please? Ernestine, thank you for being with me on tonight. Hannah, how are you, Hannah? Thank you for being with me on tonight. Let's talk about this. So when you're in a relationship with the narcissist, and it may have been, and usually when you talk about fleas, these are not short-term relationships. These are usually long-term relationship. I mean, years under their belt. You've been with the narcissist 5, 8, 16, 20, 30 years. And you're saying, sometimes I find myself acting just like them, thinking just like them. Well, anybody that's with someone in a long time with a relationship that is intimate or intricate, whether it's one-sided or it's mutual, you will find that there may be some transfer of behavior modes and your level of thinking, because you are impressionable by what you are associated with and what you are around. And so many people think that they're transferring the narcissism. Can I become a narcissist by being around a narcissist? Absolutely not. And some people had it. She said, I was with one for 11 years. See, this is what I'm talking about. Right there, zero tolerance for narc. And see, this is when people come in and they ask, am I influenced? Am I infected by the narcissist? Because I find myself doing what the narcissists do. Well, that's a natural course. If you got a friend and you've been around a friend and your friend may say, you know what I mean? And you don't even say that. But if you've been around them a period of time, okay, guys, y'all got to close that door. Bugs flying in. You find yourself saying, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why? Because you're around that person. So you're taking on the behavior modes of that person. And so some people think, if I be around the narcissist, am I going to become a narcissist? I'm finding myself becoming perverse to what people think. I find myself, I used to be friendly. I'm not so friendly anymore. You're not so friendly, not because you're becoming a narcissist, because you're going through hell with the narcissist. And so you may find yourself that you becoming intolerable of different things that you may have been patient with before. But with the narcissist taking you through all kind of drama, all kind of disassociation, all kind of devaluation, and next thing you know, he denies gaslighting and all of this. So you find yourself going through tremendously with the narcissist. So your attitude change. You change, like the young lady was saying, no tolerance for narc. She was with that narcissist for 11 years. She said, and I'm still friendly. She said, but I'm still friendly though. Absolutely. But that's not the case with a lot of people. Carmen said, she said, oh my G. She said, I understand. And Carmen said, I noticed how when I met a previous lover, I was told I was controlling and didn't realize that I had picked that up from my parents unto them. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So you can pick up behavior modes, and you pick up behavior modes because to you, if you grew up in a parental house that is a narcissist, then you can pick up some of the behavior, because that is the format, that is the foundation, and that foundation teach you how to act. And now you're acting like what you are associated with, what you are around, and it's impressionable. It affects your mind, but you don't have narcissistic fleas where you're going to turn into a narc. A narcissist is made usually in the younger years, what they've been through. You don't become adult and all of a sudden you become a narc. No, these narcissists done went through torture, or they're the golden child. Their life was snatched away. Sometimes the golden child can be very narcissistic, even though they get what they want, but their life is controlled by that narcissistic parent, and they hate it because they have no freedom and they go in themselves and they don't come out. She said, absolutely, I develop low tolerance toward my clients. She said, and I am working on this. And this is Gail. Yeah, Gail, really, because that's your livelihood. Sweet Mom for Life said, I figured out I was trying to be controlling to make sure I didn't let another narc control me. So you became the controller. She said, what kind of clients, if you don't mind me asking? She said, yes, I spent 15 years with my kid's dad. She said, and I can tell when he stepped in my body and took me over. 10 years to stop acting. It took 10 years to stop acting like him. And see, what happens is You can act like them, but that doesn't make you a narc. You still have your emotions, you still have your compassion. You just make a choice. I am not going to release that emotion. I am not going to release that compassion. And when you stay around people like a dog who have fleas, those fleas jump off the dog, and that doesn't make you a dog because the fleas jump off the dog. That just means something has transferred off one element to another element. And you can do that when you're around a person for a long time. It can transfer. Zero Tolerance said he hate me because people still like me and they still want to be around me. Absolutely. She said, wow, Jesus, girl, this breaks my heart. The narc really do that to us. Absolutely. Jesus, girls, I spent, oh yeah, 15 years with her kid's dad, and I can tell he had stepped. See, and what I want to show you is a lot of times as supply, we seem powerless. You're not as powerless as you think, because 15 years being with a knock, that's breaking. 20 years being with a knot, 30. We have one lady on here, Karen, who was, 33 years. Karen, where are you? 33 years with a narcissist, and she came out in her right mind. She came out with her right thoughts. And I've known people that have been with a narcissist that lost their mind in 10 years. And some of you was with them for 10 years, 15 years. You came out in your right mind. Those narcissist fleas or behavior modes and different mindset that transferred to you. Once you got away from that, once you realized what was happening, you made a decision. I'm not going to think like this. I'm not going to be like this. This is not who I am. And you start to change that behavior mode. And the narcissists hate it because they lost control. See, Love and Peace at 22 years. Oh my God. Hello, all the way from Houston. Hello, Sadie. How are you? Thank you for joining us on this evening. We are excited about this evening. And Zero Tolerance said he is 38. He is 38 and 32, and they have a new baby. Oh, and he's still the same narc as he was with you. She said, also, I can think of the ex-lover was really perverted. And when I got in another relationship, I was using the same moves. And they asked me where I learned that from and never do it again. See, that's taken out. Thank you, Danielle, welcoming our guest. She's a new supply, 22. You know, when you get an old narc, usually an old narc hardly ever gets someone his age, because he already feeling inferior, and make them feel good because they have a problem with grandiosity. They always go get younger women because they need that energy, and that younger woman, it builds them up to make them feel like they got everything. A lot of things, they lost some of their sexual priority, has just left the sexual invigoration, has just left, and they feel like that young person, and a lot of them are Viagra loaded because it takes a lot more energy. Just because the narcissist is a narcissist doesn't mean he don't have the physiological effect of time. They do have the physiological effect of time. That's why you find most narcissists go and get a younger woman, because they need someone to stimulate them in a different way. And the older the narcissists get, the younger the supply get. What do we have here? Zero Tolerance said, yeah. She said the narc is 30 and his supply is 22, and she hates me. Of course, because he talks about you. Anytime a new supply hates the old supply, the narcissist is using the old supply to keep the new supply in place. So what he's doing, he's probably telling the new supply that you're obsessed with him. He can't get away from you. And you may not have talked to him in 6 months, but he won't tell the new supply that. He'll make it look like you're calling, you're texting. He's trying to get away because he needs ultimate control over that new supply. And as long as that new supply feels threatened by the old supply, she start doing things that he want her to do to release more control to him. So if the new supply hate you, he's talking about you. She said, why does he hate me though? She said, I don't hate her. Because he's talking about you. She wants him at all costs. 17 years. She said, you were right on it with the aging narc video. Yeah. She said, I end up taking the narc to court for slander, and the case was mediated, and he has to stay away. Good job. I love it when you win it. I love it when you win it. Karma Rain said, I felt bad for a while, but I had to forgive myself. And she said, in forgive myself, it's in my past, and I got to go forward, better space, healthier relationship. Absolutely. And see, you defrequent when you get all that frequency of the last relationship away from you, so you won't take the old relationship into a new relationship. And see, if you don't get the old relationship and put it as past, then that old frequency gonna come. And 9 times out of 10, when you don't de-frequent, you don't demagnetize, you're gonna draw symptoms or that old spirit back into your life. And that narcissistic spirit is a dead spirit. Come on. It has no life in it. It does not love. It does not care. It's totally self-centered. It's a walking dead spirit loaded with challenges that's within it that it wants to transfer to you. And anything good, it wants to pull from you. It wants to draw from you. It wants to drain from you. All of your good narcissistic spirit wants to drain that out of you because they don't have it. So they need to mirror it in order to catch supply. And this is why supply falls so deep. And we said this over and over and over again. A lot of times the love bombing is just you falling in love with yourself, because the whole time is you mirror. They are mirroring you, and you just fall deeply head over heels because you know what you want. So you start giving yourself what you want through them. Yeah, Walking Dead, absolutely. And this is Kiss My Harper, what's the Hybergony? She said, hi, Mama Helen, just got home from the emergency room. The narc in my congregation is slowly being exposed, and he is on a slander campaign. She said, I'm having anxiety attack. You know what? I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I rebuke that anxiety attack right now. That's because you're taking things in, princess, that you shouldn't take into you. You don't take their words in, because those are killer words. Those killer words are there to kill your self-esteem, to kill your confidence, and to gaslight you where you are thinking something is wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you at all. It is the narcissist, and you got to know what you see is there, what you hear is there, what you know is there. And you're going to have to relax and go to the realm of faith and peace, because as long as that narcissist is there, you will keep having those panic attacks. Panic attack is bad. It's bad for your heart. It's bad for every part of your body. Don't believe the narcissist. And when the narcissist really turn up the torment, if they give torment, guess what is happening to them? They are also being tortured, because you can only give out of where you are. So if a narcissist is torturing you, that's because they are being tortured. You're not the only one being abused. There is psychological abuse, self-torturing, self-infliction that is going on the inside of them, and they're spreading it to you and making you feel that's gaslighting, making you feel that it's you, making you feel that it's your fault, making it feel that if you didn't do this or you could do this. It's always something with gaslighting, because gaslighting always causes confusion and self-doubt. Grandma JJ says, the narcissist would talk bad about the old supply to the new supply, but soon start saying good things about the old supply to make the new supply feel insecure and get more attention. That's what was happening here when she said, why did the old supply hate her? Because the narcissist is talking about you. The narcissist will make that new supply feel like you are so obsessed with them that you can't do without them. And the whole time you hadn't talked to them in a year, but they think y'all talking all the time. They'll think the narcissist is coming over to the house all the time. And they don't know that you've been discarded for a year. And that the narcissist will keep telling them, I'm trying to get away, and I'm weak to her. And I'm telling her not to call. I done blocked her. She keep calling me. And the new supply, that's how they keep her on until they try and triangulate another supply. Then they take that supply and use the supply they're triangulating with and do the same thing. Gail said the narcissists have demonic spirits within them and they release these spirits. It's scary, absolutely. Anytime you deal with the dead walking. Grandmama JJ said triangulation is part of the manipulation of the narcissist, and they've learned to try to use and mess on me when I am secure before him. They can't stand security. She's a lot of narcs are sociopaths, psychopaths, and extremely dangerous. Yep, depending on the type narcissist they are. Zero tolerance to narc said, old supply make me think the old supply make me think the old supply hate me. So I called her and she had no hate toward me. You shouldn't have called her. That is not your job. You know, zero tolerance, that's not your job. It's not your job to call and find out what a person think about you. It's your job to keep yourself strong, to keep yourself powerful, to keep your mind strong. You should not ever call the new supply. Never, ever call the new supply. There's no reason, because it's not your relationship unless there's something that deal with the children and they're married and you have to have something to deal with the kids. Give a message to them. Other than that, never contact the new supply. That's going to always give power to the narcissist. It's going to always empower the narcissist. And see, in your memory, you think that just because the narcissist is gone, that your body start to disassociate and to disconnect. No, your body have familiar tones and frequency that even if, you're ruminating, you're thinking, your body and your mind would try to connect that soul tie back to that narcissist. And that's why when we say when you go no contact, you go no contact. It's no contact with the new supply. It's no contact with the older supply that was before you. And it's no contact with the narcissist now. When you go NC, it's NC, because your brain sometimes make a mistake in time differentials. And your brain could think that there's still present tense and start bringing those emotions, bringing those old feelings, ruminating. And next thing you know, you are caught back in a cycle, but it's in memory only. It's not even in actuality. That's why we were talking about these narcissistic fleas. The narcissistic fleas is when they start getting on you because of being around them. And you think that's the way to do it when they are the only, because most narcissists is going to isolate you. And when they isolate you, they're going to do things around the isolated person that's all you see. That's why a lot of narcissists don't want you to work. They don't want you to have family. They isolate you so you can do exactly what they tell you to do. And when you've been with a narcissist 15 to 20 years, you learn their ways. But that still doesn't make you a narcissist. You still have emotions. You still have empathy, especially an empath. An empath can get boggled down with this kind of stuff when they are with that narcissist, because the empath have to learn not to take on the responsibility of another person. Let's see what we have here. She said, thank you for that, because that's what I'm going through. Absolutely. And Grandma J said the new supply would be primed to hate you. Yeah, so they can get more control. Victory 7 said, I stayed too long. After almost 4 years, no contact. She said, I'm still shattered. Oh my God. How long does it take to get myself back? Is it even possible? Yes, Victory 7 is possible, but it's work. It's work. It's work. She said, are narcissistic fleas related to monitoring spirits? No, totally different. Narcissistic fleas just transfer. It's like a dog. If a dog have fleas, the only way you can get around them is to be close to them, and they transfer over. That monitoring spirit, that watching spirit, as different. They usually come from stalking. The narcissists stalk their victim, or they survey their victim. And so that monitoring spirit, when they start monitoring everything you do, clone your phone, got cameras in the house, and watch every place you go, put a tracker on the car, put a tracker on your phone. They know, or put a tracker even on your computer, where they know what you're doing. They know when you go online. They know the phone calls, and they know where you go. If they know every place you go, you know you're under a tracking system. Going for Justice said the new supply messaged me off of my ex phone telling me to make him see the kids. He make him see kids he was abusing in front of, said it was the right thing to do, yet there is a protective order for him not to see the children. You don't pay attention to supply because they are caught in the trap. You don't pay attention to that. Kissed by hypergamy said exactly, it's just a trigger doing the therapy from childhood when I get assists taken care of. Oh, wow. You know, it is a very painful relationship to be with a narcissist. That's why if you can get it in the beginning, if you can get that red flag in the beginning and you can avoid what you're going to go through. There's no such thing as a happy narcissist relationship. If you happy with your narc, you're not with a narc. You probably with a just insensitive person or a toxic person, because narcissists have certain traits. And I promise you, if you with a narc, nobody's going to have to tell you all of those traits going to gradually come out. Zero tolerance for the narc says, I am an empath, and my counselor told I did nothing wrong and I'm protected, and that is in my nature. An empath is very protective. An empath usually take responsibility for other people's problems because they try to solve problems. And in order for a young empath, but it's a young empath, as you grow, you're going to learn to distinguish and to differentiate background noises and background, how can I say, magnets that try to draw themselves to you, or frequencies that try to come to you so you can pull it out and take it on. You don't have to be a sponge. As you grow as an empath, you will learn how to direct your energy. You'll learn how to strategize your energy. And even with the narcissist, the empath can grow with the narcissist. It is trial and error, and it's very painful, but an empath can grow if they decide with a narcissist. You either grow or you be destroyed, because a narcissist and an empath is a very, very horrific combination. It is a toxic combination. It's like exploding a grenade in a small space with a narcissist and an empath. And the narcissist knows it because the empath is loaded with emotions and feelings and minds and thoughts and expectations and responsibilities. And the narcissist knows that, who's experienced with an empath, and the empath is growing. An empath takes on the responsibility of the narcissist, take on the freedom, the responsibility of freeing the narc. And the narcissists know that, and they will overload that empath and almost blow their emotions out of gear, and then make them and blame them for the emotional mishap that they've caused. And then the empath that don't know themselves will take on that responsibility and load themselves up with that responsibility. This is Janice. She's a high precious apostle. She said, I'm surviving warriors, more than conquerors. We have victory in Jesus' name. Absolutely. Zero tolerance said, I'm growing. Good girl. Over 31 years of experience helping people to heal and to recover from narcissist abuse. Oh, that's her reading my resume. She said, these things stay with you and you need meds to get rid of them. So you're saying they are just as uncomfortable as they are trying to make us feel. I'm saying that because they can only release what's in them. Hello, Jennifer. She said, smear campaigns are so real. She said, I learned later that a co-worker felt sorry for me because he told her I was obsessed with him. Yeah, so he is triangulating already. Yeah, he's triangulating her. I wouldn't trust her. Zero tolerance for narcissism. I know I outgrew him, and that's why he got a 22-year-old girl. Absolutely. Absolutely. She said, and this is Gail. She said, being an empath is painful and draining mentally, emotionally, and physically. It is until you learn how to use your power, how to use your strength. It can be very emotionally draining, but once you learn who you are and you learn how to use that strength, it can be empowering. Once you learn who you are and you grow, because you grow from an empath, the super empath is just a mature empath, and they've learned, and it's very challenging. Usually a super empath, the only person can handle a super empath is an ultra or a greater narcissist, because they got too much power, too much knowledge. And most mature empaths, once they went supernova, they do not go back to their relationship. They don't allow a narcissist to break them down. You don't go supernova all week. You don't go supernova all the time. Most empath, because once you go supernova, it totally drains you. It almost wipes you out. That's why the empath have to leave the place to recuperate, or they can be destroyed. Supernova is like an energy blast. It's an explosion where if I throw a bomb and I throw it in my location, I got some of that fallout from that bomb. And that's the way it is when you go supernova. That empath, that super empath, can get the fallout too. And they have to go and recuperate. They got to get all of that energy back. And an ultra narcissist or a super narcissist know this. They know that it takes time to recuperate, to re-energize, to recover. And so the super empath that may have children, have a relationship, that they know that they got to be strategic if they come back to the relationship and they're married and there's children involved. They know this. There's just this instinctiveness, and they got enough experience under their belt to know how to calibrate their emotions. But the young empath, that's something you have to learn. She said, Karen said, have you ever seen my comment on the cluster Be Free? I have switched to this account. Okay. Grandma JJ said, you were being blamed for all kinds of things behind your back, exactly before the discard happened. That you got to remember, they're good at smear campaign. That smear campaigns prepare them for their next move. She said, we see you, Karen. Welcome and glad. That's Carmen. Thank you. Janet said, misery love company. Choose self-love and abundant life. Absolutely. And who else do we have? Zero Tolerance said they will have to relearn me, and I'm not the same person. Narcs don't have time for that. Absolutely. Because it's all about them. And Sadie said, I was with someone who moved on to a new supply, but still wanted to be with me. She said, I blocked him and let him be happy. She said, I'm too good for this kind of drama. She said, 22 and 36, and I'm still healing. You know, the narcissists will take you to any place you let them. They're almost like little kids without parents. And what I mean by that, they got this loneliness. They got this hole on the inside of them. If you notice the narc would tell you, I'm just looking for someone to love me. I'm just looking for someone to care for me. And I mean, they could be married for 36 years, 40 years, and they're telling you, I'm looking for someone to love me. And you're thinking you've been married for 30 years. What was that? And they always make you feel that you are obligated to complete them. It's like this hole that is on the inside of them, and nothing can fill it. And they leave supply, go to another supply, leave supply. And if you can look at the narcissist, you will see just bodies laying everywhere where they keep triangulating. They keep trying to fill this hole. It's like a child who has worms. They're eating and eating and eating and eating, and they never get full. They never get satisfied. Their stomach is big, but the worms keep eating the food. They can't get any nutrients. So the narcissist can't get love because they don't know what that love is. The attention, they know what none of that is. And the attention they get, they keep fiending for it. So the new supply, they triangulate. They are fiend for the kids. They'll turn the kids against the parent. They'll turn the parent against their family. They'll turn the family against a social worker. It's emptiness. That's why it doesn't matter how long you be with your narc. Your narcissist is a narcissist, is a narcissist, and it's going to be a narcissist. And they do not change. They promise you, they cry, they plead, especially the covert. The covert is the vulnerable narcissist, and they always got a sad story. They will even cry. They will even look pitiful. And the mid narcissist, the mid-range narcissist, is prone to pity. And when they're prone to pity, they make you feel sorry for them. They need your emotions to survive, not your wisdom, not your mind, not your thoughts. Your money is just an addition. They need an emotional carrier to survive. Gail said, thin line between smear campaign and slander. The courts would allow text messages and voice messages in addition to witness. The ex-narc wasn't as smart as he assumed. Absolutely. And I'm glad that you won. She said, yes, a pity party. And you don't listen to it. Because you got to remember, when a spirit reaches a spirit, and the core of who you are is spirit. You're more than soul that's here. You're spirit, your inner core. And what the narcissist does is reach your soul so they can control you. And you feel responsible for them. That's why why you think you love the narcissist? They got in your soul, and from your soul realm, they got into your passion, and your passion was obligation, and really it's an addiction. It's like being on crack cocaine. When you get around that narcissist, the dopamine, the serotonin, and all of the different hormones in your body that bonds you to that relationship start to work, and now you think you in love with them, and you really addicted to them. And that's why many of you, once you come out of the relationship, some of you realize you hadn't been in love with the narcissist in a long time, but you felt obligated, you felt addicted, you felt like you loved them as long as you was with them. But once the fog started leaving, you realize you've been out of love with them for a long time. It was a mechanical love affair. The sex wasn't good for some relationships. Some of the relationships you had wild sex. But, and it was mechanical. It was like being with an android. But it took you to get out of that. It took you to get away from that fog so you could see, so you could understand. Because as long as you're in the midst, in a glass house, you look outside. From the inside, you're limited. But you get outside, you can see more. She said, yes, I have a soul tie trying to break. This is Sister Shonda. Yes, Shonda, you have to break that soul tie. And Blessed Press said, it's like having another kid. Absolutely. Keiko said, thank you, Miss Danielle. Yeah, it is. It's like having another child, because they are immature and they have temper tantrums. They have to have their way. If you want to see a narcissist display their true behavior, let them not get what they want. They will have a temper tantrum. They would get loud. They will become more manipulative. And the one thing that the narcissists love to use, and which we all know, and that's gaslighting. That's when they try to make you think that you're losing your mind. Nobody in the house. They will move things. They will make phone calls, have you to answer the phone call, and then say you was talking to someone, and it's their number. And they'll tell you, I didn't call you. And you are showing them that it's their number. And they say, I don't care what you said. I didn't call you. Now, see, you trying to trap me. How I'm trying to trap you, and your number got recent call. So they really use gaslighting. Sister Shonda said, he keep wanting sex, but tells me he spent wanting me. Okay, I'm going to let you tell me that one again. Okay, we got 20 minutes, guys. She said, he doesn't want me. Yeah, that's gaslighting. That's gaslighting, Princess. That's gaslighting at its best. She said, I was happy when God severed any soul tie I had with the narc, and no feelings, hate or love, just freedom, happiness. This is Angelique. Girl, that's the best feeling in the world. And then Blessed Press said they want to depend on you for everything. Absolutely, because that's what they're used to. They're very dependent. She said, tell me I'm crazy and too deep. No, he can't handle your mindset. So he needs you to get in your emotions. She said, hello, everyone. Blessings to you all. This is Deborah. Hello, Ernestine. And he said he respects me and care for me, but treats me so bad. She said, I couldn't respond to him, but blocked him. Absolutely, because they're liars. They are pro liars. Anytime you have a body that can blink their eyes, breathe air, and can't feel, when the narcissists say, I love you, what are they saying? When the narcissist say, I can't be without you, what are they saying? Thank you, Humble Beauty, for the $25. She said, I really appreciate that. She said, I'm so grateful to have you on YouTube. And I know I was in an abnormal situation that carries so much demonic force. She said, but today I must say that I am knock free and survived. Thank you, Dr. Sadler. Oh, that is so sweet. And this is Humble Beauty. Thank you so much for the $25. You are such a sweetheart. I want you to know I deeply honor you and I am so grateful. And I'm more grateful that you are knock free. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Those of you support these videos, look at these videos. Don't miss these videos. Sign up for these videos. Subscribe to these videos. This is help for those who need help. And you know what? If a person is involved with a narcissist, they need your experience. They need your voice. We don't want them to think those narcissistic fleas are on them and they are transposing into narcs. They are not. Supplies don't turn into narcs. They get abused by narcs, but they don't turn into narcs. Grandmom said said like a scarecrow on Wizard of Oz. Absolutely. And see she said, I love you to them means control you. Absolutely. Absolutely. When a narcissist say, I love you, that means you're doing what I say. And you're my perfect supply. And abuse will come. Love bombing don't stay. Idolization don't stay. Their devaluation will come. When you meet the narcissist, when you meet them, even though you're being love bombed, even though you're being idealized, what is happening is devaluation has already started because you start to get old. When they meet you, your humanity start coming out. See, when every narcissist meet the new supply is perfect until the humanity come out. And then it reminds the narcissist of the holes that is on the inside of them because they can't mirror anymore. They can't hide behind you. Why? Because your humanity is letting them know that you are limited, that you are human. And see, when they meet you, you're perfect. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing they know about you, so they can hide. The narcissists feel complete. That's why they have to have new supply. That new supply make them feel like they're perfect, like nothing is wrong with them. All of their holes are full, and that's why you can get their attention. You can reach them because they can breathe with the new supply. But a couple of weeks or a few days later, it starts. The flags, the masks drop, the flags start coming. But by that time, you start ignoring the flags because it seems so perfect, it feels so good, it seems so right. Their words so right. And then if you're sleeping with them and they're good in bed, they're somatic and they're good, and you're thinking everything is judged by what you feel, and that's what get a lot of people in trouble. You can't judge anything by what you feel. You must use the instrument that God gave you. He gave you a mind, and you have to think about it. You have to think about what you're dealing with. You have to think about what you are engaging in, because if you miss the flags from the beginning, you're going to get the abuse of the relationship. And many of us didn't know that they were red flag. And Karma say, my narc come to Hoover when they saw that I followed you and Karma on Clubhouse, because all of the people that know us now know something is up. Oh, yeah. She said, what are narcissistic fleas? Narcissistic fleas is behavior modes of the narcissist. That's when their behavior try to transfer their attitudes and different things. When you've been with the narcissist so long, you start looking like a twin and they start thinking that you're a narcissist. That's what they call narcissistic fleas. But even though you mimic some of the behavior of the narcissist, you will never become a narcissist by being with a narcissist. They can kill out your emotions because you can just stone rock or gray rock. They can kill them so much until you just shut down. But when you shut down, that usually causes also a mental breakdown, because your emotions was never meant to lead you, but they was meant to be with you. And when you shut down all emotions, you're shutting down part of you as a human to survive, to thrive, to exist. And so now you done cut off your existence. And when you cut off your existence, a lot of things can start happening. And you will find that when you start gray rocking, the narcissist out the door because he's not getting in the fuel. Narcissist fleas, yeah, the behavior mode that you may adopt. Absolutely. Grandma JJ, good explanation. She said, I'm happy sleeping again. No dreams of another. She said, reason new soul tie was broken. And that was another reason discarded narc. He was trying to project his thoughts upon me and depress me. Fear, shame caught it. Absolutely. Especially those who may be into witchcraft and sorcery. I have 4 children and I want to run. She said, but I am financially dependent. How do I get out? You get out with a plan. You always plan. You get out with a plan. Remember that. You never leave without a plan. She said, they gray rock me, but they don't realize I want that. And I want you to follow the narc rule. Okay, Patricia Lynn, hello, Apostle. It's good to just ignore them when they get on your nerves. Yeah, but the only thing about a narcissist, they won't let you ignore them. They will harass you and keep talking and keep pushing and keep talking and keep pushing until you get a response. And a lot of times you may have to end up leaving because they purposely will harass you. They won't stop. Can you imagine you want peace and this person is talking, and they talk at 6 o'clock and at 9 o'clock they're still talking, and you in the bed at 11 o'clock and they still talking, and you in the bed at 1 o'clock and they still talking, and you got to get up at 6 o'clock and it's 3 o'clock and they still talking, because the narcissists don't need that much sleep, because that vagabond spirit, it doesn't need sleep. Vagabond spirit stays up and just wander, but you need sleep. And then it's 4 o'clock and you got to get up in another couple of hours. Then by the time it's 5 o'clock and you have to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, guess what? The narcissist then falls asleep while you get up and you got bags under your eyes, because the narcissist done talk and 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 talk, and they wear you out. And when you get home, they start all over again, and they keep on going. They keep on going. They keep on going. Sometimes that's hard to ignore, and sometimes you have to leave and go to someone's house just for a peace of mind, because if you go too many days without sleep, that is going to be a burden on your mind, and you're going to break down, not because the narcissist won, because you're unrested and they won't let up. That is a manipulative spirit, and that spirit keep on going and keep on going until they break you down. The narcissist knows exactly what they're doing. They're very, very intentional. And this is why some supply, they end up running. They leave everything. They grab the kids. They don't even care about court. They don't care about child protect. They don't care about nothing. They leave. Why? Because they done had weeks without sleep and they can't even think. And by the time they get their mind together, the narcissist is in the court system charging them with abandonment or abduction. Woo, boy, that was a lot of words. She said 3 words X not hated when he tried to gaslight me, not my reality. Woo, I know they hated that one. And Angelique said, not realize, had me to compromise, knew better. She said, learn, took me out of the spirit, talking about God and put attention on him. Narc used sex platinum to get me emotions instead of me using my knowledge. Absolutely. If sex will whoop you into position, they will use it, especially if they're good at it. It is a very powerful tool. She said, he will push me so until I become anger. Then he will record me and call me crazy. She said, and the brain fog is still lifting. But when I went total NC, I pray God he doesn't hoover. See, you're praying that he doesn't hoover because you're not totally over him. You'll have to clean out your consciousness. When you clean out your subconscious, this is when you go in, see, and you got to go to the subconscious. You're cleaning out your conscious level, your subconscious level. You don't know about your unconscious level. Usually in your unconscious level, you need a trigger to bring that to your subconscious so you'll know what's there. Because your unconscious, you don't know what's there. You don't know what trigger is going to be used. And that's why some of you 5 years later, something triggered you. You didn't know that was there because it was in your unconscious realm. And being in your unconscious realm, it upgrades to your subconscious. That brings awareness. So now it upgrades to your conscious realm. Now you can deal with it. Some things are so deep within you until it's going to take time. Like the one lady said, when do I get over it? You get over it when you hit that realm, when these triggers come up, and we can hit the place of acknowledgement. When we find out that it's there, then we can go into the regions of your soul and uproot those things out of your life. We can break those soul ties. We can cut the cords of the intellectual stimulation and the downloading of reiteration, where they done transmitted onto your brain their thoughts, their way of thinking. And even after you're long gone, they had transcribed their behavior modes unto your brain, and you're trying to uproot that, and it's still devaluating you. Even though you're NC, you can still hear their voice. You can still have them in a dream. You can still feel them. We have to cleanse all of those ports. She said, yep, Carmen Rain. Okay. She said, you're right. You start getting bags under your eyes and dealing with the narc manipulating me. Use my energy. Yeah, they wear you out. They know what they're doing. She said, the blood of Jesus cleanse absolutely. And it'll go to the root. And you still have to get to those places because you don't know what triggers you. And sometimes God will protect you till you're really ready to deal with it. And Angelique said, please try to find to cut the tie. Let me say this. Many times people, I don't like it when people make light of a narcissistic relationship because this is all of you involved. And you know, many people act as if you can just, if we could cut the cord, we would not be on this program. If it was that easy for us to just leave it, I wouldn't be doing the program. We wouldn't have Karen 33 years, another person 22 years, another person 17 years. You don't stay in something that is damaging that long unless there's a difficulty in severing it. And this is why we're here to tell you, the sooner you recognize what you're involved in, the quicker you get a strategy for your freedom, not only for you, for your children. And I know a lot of times with cognizant dissonance, people don't want to hear this. They want to hear something else. Well, it doesn't matter what you want to hear. The truth is the truth. The narcissist is going to do what they do, and they're going to make a major platform in your soul realm, in your heart, in your body. We got people having surgery, heart attacks, strokes, mind fog, losing their mind, going through a therapist on volume because of a narcissist. And the narcissist, he is a empty mold walking. He is a dead spirit, unable to love, and always wanted love. They want love. They want attention. They want you to care for them. They want to be praised. They want the worship, and they want it like a starving child wants food. And that's why they will go through any length to get it. And then when they get it, they torture you for giving it to them. And Angelique said, pray Kiko Trust me, it takes time, especially how long it involved with the narc. She said only had 1 year with last narc because it was reality discerned within a month. She said maybe to start love bombing me, reel me back in. This is Sharon. Sharon said, I have been here 20 years. She said, realize this all started from my childhood being raised by one. Is deep. Absolutely. Grandma JJ said, I have gone through many episodes with these people over 40 years. Look at this, 40 years on her belt. She said, yes, it's hard. She said, so keep telling yourself that you are worth much more. She said, and they are filled with demons. Come on now. Ruby and Pearl said, keeping it 100. Blessed Press said, yes, strongholds, prayer, fasting, reading your Bible, it'll break it every time. Narcissist education, I like that, Blessed Press. And Carmen said, I know I need God in order to survive this. And she said, I hold back the tears writing this, but barely made it this far. Oh, you gonna make it. You got a team of people here that is able to lift your arms up. And we're able to tell you that the storm may be there now, but after a while, the storm is going to lift. The wind won't blow always, and favor is with you, and God will fight for you. You are a winning agent, and you are a warrior. If it hadn't broke you by now, it will never break you. It's a decision-making process. You didn't know what you was getting into, but now you're educating yourself. Now you're understanding that I have to fight for me. I have to fight for my children. My narcissist is fighting to keep me in bondage, and I'm fighting to keep bondage off of me and to keep bondage off of my children. I'm fighting for my mind to be free, especially those of you who are still with the narcissist. Because when you still with the narcissist, they are roping your every thought. They are roping your dreams, your future. And he's doing it like a cowboy, riding it and roping it and throwing it and tossing it. The most precious part of you is the most devalued part that the narcissist want to hold into contempt. And you must hold them responsible by building yourself up. What's in your mind is in your life. And what is in your life will manifest in behavior modes. You can always be free. And no, it's not easy. And no, don't let nobody get on here and tell you how simple it is. It's not simple, but it's a decision. That's why you have to be a warrior. It's a decision that I'm going to break off all threads that the narcissist has used to bundle my mind. I'm breaking off all words. The longer you stay with the narcissist, the more words you have to break out of your mind. And you got to do a prison break. You have to say enough is enough. I'm doing it for my children, and I'm doing it for me, for your health's sake. A narcissist will make you sick. And if you do a sonogram with you standing next to a narcissist, you can see the infrared, and the infrared is letting you know the activities of your body being affected just by the narcissist being near you. Ooh, Grandma said, thank God I didn't listen. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She said, Lord, cover her in your blood. Lead, guide her, and help her. Yeah, she said, there is hope. Who is Janet? She said, I love how you keep us alert to danger. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Angelisa Kiko, trust me, discarded months ago, never looked back, blocked him on everything, deleted pictures, threw items away he brought. Girl, see, that's what you call freedom. She said they get thought fuel. Absolutely. A lot of times, Karma, they don't think about that thought fuel, knowing that we are on these platforms. And I resent that. She says it's not easy to continue to move right away. Believe it or not, they don't want you on these platforms because you're learning them. And your behavior, you are more resistant to them. The more knowledge you get about narcissism, the more resistant you become to them. Because when you educate yourself, now you know. And the narcissists don't want you to know. They want that mask to be on, and they want to hide behind the mask. But once the mask is off, there's nowhere for them to hide. So they have to just come out with it. And a lot of times, oh, thank you so much. God bless you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all are so sweet to me. I really appreciate what you're doing. God bless you. Thank you so much for the 1999. God bless you. And listen to this. She said, I encourage everyone to view the older narc. She said, if you have not done so, I truly understand that the narc when he flips and remembers the teaching. She said, and I had to act swiftly. Thank God for her. Amen. She said, thank God for the narcissist information. You are so welcome, Gail. Humble Beauty said, this is true, Dr. Sella. I became physically sick. She said, even my skin was affected. Absolutely. Every part of you is affected by the narcissist. Every part of you. That's why we do these videos. But you got to look at them. Come on, y'all. Get these videos. I did a video, the video I did about how the narcissists use sex and withhold sex from you. Go look at those videos, because if you have not had that to happen, they will happen. The narcissists have extreme control of their bodies. They practice it. But you got to remember, these are demon spirits that work with these people, and they will bring their emotion under extreme supernatural control where they don't want anything. They will even have them to triangulate out just so they can oppose you sexually and not desire you sexually. And this can go on for months. Whatever the enemy needs, he will put that desire in that narcissist, and that narcissist would not withhold from doing that. That narcissist will do that and withhold anything that is necessary to bring you under submission and under subjection and in control. So please go back and look at these videos. Yeah, Blessed Press said these videos are a blessing. Matthew Hammond said, demon spirit, absolutely, 100%. She said, yes, this is my first time. She said, but he would hold sex, but the sex was never good. See, but believe it or not, it's not good, but the addiction to the narcissist is what holds you. That's why I was telling a lot of people say, oh, I'm so in love with the narcissist. No, you're not. You're addicted to the narcissist. And sometimes it's not love, it's the addiction that will hold you there. She said, I left a 72-year-old narc 2 years ago, and they grew worse. God bless you all that are younger with this information. This is Grandma JJ. Grandma JJ, I'm giving you a high five, girl. She said, you had to be glad when I get 1 year mark. Oh, I know you will. And Karen, thank you so much. I'm telling you, y'all are so sweet to me tonight. Y'all bringing tears to my eyes. You know I'm an empath, so it don't take too much from me, guys. Keiko say, yes, keep feeding your mind with God's word and push away negative thoughts absolutely out of your mind, Miss Angelique. I've been watching and listening to Dr. Carmen Apostle. She's almost every day. Kim say it was an addiction. Wow, revelation on something amazing. Thank you. Yeah, see, an addiction make you feel like you need it. Like people on crack, they feel like they need crack. They can pick up a 300-pound table, and that person is 120 pounds, but the adrenaline in them from the addiction give them the extra strength. And that's the way it is with the supply. That supply keep going back to hope, keep going back to prayer, keep going back to faith, and keep going back. God, do something. How God is going to do something to an empty spirit that won't turn? See, in order to change, you got to realize there's something that's wrong. The narcissists don't see something wrong with them, they see something wrong with you. And so you say, can a narcissist ever change? If they can realize they need to change, they can change. But how are they going to change if they only see what's wrong with me and they never see what's wrong with them? Angelique's a hybrid narc realized why could understand all the different personalities. He was a chameleon spirit. She said she had to discern when he came across the hybrid message made sense. Oh, yeah. I don't know how much time do we have. How much time do I have, moderator? She said, yes. In Acts it says that we must confess our sins And the narc will never do that because they don't see their sin. They see what's wrong with you. Thank you, Angelique. Thank you. Wishing me happy birthday. She said, yes, they will not change. Let go. God heal you. Absolutely. Thank you, Humble Beauty. Thank you for the birthday gifts. Thank you for the birthday insinuations. I am so grateful for you all. I really appreciate you all as my family. I want to thank you for supporting me. I want to thank you for those of you who subscribed, and those of you who have not subscribed. Please do so and like and share the video. Like and share the videos. Go back to the videos. Listen to the videos. Show your support. I am here, family. I'm not going anywhere. Even if I don't come on all the time, I try to come on at least 2 to 3 times a week because of my schedule, and I deal with families and tremendous situations. So you know that I'm going to be here, and with us together as a team, we're going to make it. We're going to lift your arms up. Some of you are new at this. Some of you got new information, and some of you don't know what to do because you just heard this information. Some of you have just discovered what you are living with. And I'm telling you that it's not over. We are a team, and we are a powerful team. I am a super empath. I got over 35 years, 36 years under my belt. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be here for you, especially you young empath. You're going to make it. Stay with us, super empath, because we know the road to give you, we know the road to take, and we know how to protect you. Let us protect you, because being with the narc is the hardest on a young empath. And we are here to make sure you get the support you need. I want to thank you once again. Please, thank you, Victory 7. Thank you, Kim. God bless you. She said, it is 2 a.m. in Virginia, and I usually listen in my vehicle. Oh, God bless you. She said, yeah, Kim. Uh, Thank you so much, Ernestine, and all of you all that are wishing me a happy birthday. God bless you. I am so happy that God has blessed me. You know, when God bless you to be in your 60s, and he has strengthened you and kept you, and he has really kept me. And that's why I'm telling you, young people, life is too huge. Life is too beautiful. Life is too powerful. You can have what you want, and you have to fight your way through it. And we're going to help you fight. I love you to life, and we are going to talk on the next video. Those of you who have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like and share the page. Go back to those videos. Listen to them. Play them over and over. Don't ignore them. Play them over and over and over and over. If I had somebody like me when I was going through with my situation, I didn't know what I was going through. I just know that something was wrong, but I didn't have anyone to grab me, and I didn't have anyone to help me. And you have someone to help you, to lead you. Take advantage of this. And those of you who are still with the narcissist, it's not over. It's difficult. And I know it's difficult, but it's not over. We are here, family. We are here. And I love you so much. And it is an honor and a privilege to serve you every time I come on this video. Please feel free to write me, destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. And I want to thank all of y'all who gave on this port tonight. Thank you so much for your happy birthday suggestions and your happy Mother's Day. God bless you. And I'm going to see you on the next video. God bless you. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.